All right, we've hit double trouble. We've got x's and constants on both sides of the equation. How do we deal with this? I want to end up with my equation looking like x equals something, maybe 7 or something like that. We don't know. So I'm going to try and manipulate my equation to make it look as much like that as possible. I'm only going to do legal moves, which is adding and subtracting on both sides. In this case, I want all my constants to be on the right-hand side, so this is in the wrong place because it's on the left-hand side of that equal sign. We want it to be on the right-hand side, so subtract 1 from both sides. If there's 1 over here and a negative 1 here, those cancel each other out, and you're left with nothing but the 15x equals 13x minus 6. Notice the negatives combine to make an even bigger negative. Okay, 15x equals 13x minus 6. I'm seeing x's on both sides. I do not want that. I want all my x's over on that left-hand side. So I will subtract 13x from both sides here. And that gives me 13x minus 13x's. I have 13x's at first, and I take away another 13x's. Make sure you're not subtracting 13, because if you're just subtracting 13, that's not 13 copies of x. Okay? So we've got these two canceling out, and you get 2x over here is left over equals negative 6. Divide both sides by 2, and x is negative 3. And that'll be our answer. Let's see, I got another one. Let's try one more example, which I'm going to do in a slightly different way to show you how you can do this faster. 15x plus 14 equals 16x minus 19. This time I'm going to combine my two steps into one. Remember, I want all my constants should not be here, shouldn't be on the left-hand side of that equal sign, because in the end I'm going to want x equals blank and no constants on that side. So I'm going to minus 14 from both sides. Notice I put the minus 14 underneath the like term that it combines with. Then I'm also going to move my x's to the other side of the equation, and I got to think, where do I want them? I want them on the left-hand side, so that 5x is fine. What do I want to cancel out? This 16x, which is all off by itself and should be on the left-hand side of the equation. So I'm going to minus 16x. And now see, I'm doing both of these steps at once, doing one to one side of the equation and the other side. I have minus 16 minus 4x minus 14 and minus 16x minus 14 on both sides. Remember, what you do to one side, you must do to the other. That's how it works. Then I combine like terms here. 5 minus 16 is negative 11 x's. Those cancel, and that equals the 16 x's cancel out because it's plus and minus. And minus another positive number will give me a deeper negative. Negative 19 and negative 14 makes negative 20 plus negative 33. Then divide both sides by negative 11, because we want to cancel out whatever is multiplying that x. Remember, the thing you don't want, that's the thing you want to use. I do not want a negative 11 here, so I get rid of it by dividing it by it. And I get x equals negative divided by negative, positive 3. Don't forget to include that negative sign in here. I see a lot of people make the mistake where they don't include the negative and then they don't actually fully cancel it out. Make sure that if you have a negative multiplying your x, you're dividing by a negative number.